Good afternoon. The State News. I am Adibare Ijimakide. Governor Ademola Adeleke has called on warning market factions at Kajola town to stop feud and confrontations to allow mediatory intervention by the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry. In a statement issued by a spokesperson to the governor, Malam Olawale Rashid, the market leaders were called upon to remain calm as the governor has directed the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry to wade into the matter with immediate effect. The governor has instructed the commissioner to ensure that all points of disagreements among the factions are resolved. The intervention by the governor is to allow for the reopening of the market to protect the livelihood of stakeholders. All factions are enjoined by the governor to stop hostilities pending the outcome of the mediation, adding that nobody should take law into their hands. In a rare display of political maturity, Governor Ademola Adeleke has directed the 3 senators of the People's Democratic Party from Osun State to support former Governor Adegboyega Oyetola during his senatorial screening. Making the disclosure on the floor of the Senate was the Deputy Senate Minority Leader, Senator Lere Oyewumi, while endorsing the ministerial nominee on behalf of other senators from the state. Senator Oyewumi told the senators that at a meeting in Abuja that Governor Adeleke directed the senators to rally around Mr. Oyetola in the overall interest of Osun State. He said Governor Adeleke see Oyetola's nomination as an opportunity to expand prospects and opportunities for development of the state. Earlier, another PDP senator, Francis Fadausi, had read an endorsement speech for Oyetola. The Senate president, who was impressed by the position of Osun PDP senators, commended Governor Adeleke and the senators, describing what just happened as a demonstration of strong political maturity that should be emulated by all. The attention of the government of Osun State under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke has been drawn to the damaged borehole water tank scaffolding at Ward 7, Okeada in Ikire, Irewole local government area of the state. The governor, while commiserating with the people of the ward on the water tank scaffolding destroyed by rainstorm, called for patience, adding that the ministry in charge of the project has been directed to immediately resolve the issue. In a release signed by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, the governor assured the residents of Ward 7, Okeada in Ikire, that the scaffolding will be reconstructed and water restored as soon as possible. The release also added that the contractor dug the well at the location based on their mapping for the source of water, not envisaging that any natural disaster such as rainfall could affect the facility. The governor assured them that the 40 water tank scaffolding will be reconstructed and made available for usage. He reiterated that the welfare of the people will continue to be his administration's priority at all times. Nigerians have been urged to rally together and align efforts towards a common goal in order to enhance good governance in the country. The wife of Osun State Governor, Mrs. Ngozi Adeleke, gave the advice while speaking at a public lecture organized by Nigerian Union of Journalists, SUMBI. Nofisat Oyedele attended the public lecture.
Enhancing good governance in a beleaguered economy, and was put together by the Nigeria Union of Journalists (ZUMBI). Speaker on the occasion, Mrs. Ngozi Adeleke, commended the resilience and ingenuity of Nigerians in the face of the economic hardship. The wife of the governor believes that the nation is filled with untapped potential and talent that, if harnessed effectively, can drive the country's economic resurgence. She said enhancing good governance will foster economic growth, and the nation will overcome its challenges to build a nation that thrives.
The journalists are the mouthpiece of the masses. It's not all of us that can come to television to speak. It's not all of us that can talk to the government. But you, the journalists, whether television, newspapers, you know, all of them, you're the ones that will project, that will speak for the masses.
The guest lecturer at the public lecture was a scholar and chairman Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Adeolu Akande. He identified accountability, inclusivity, fiscal responsibility, rule of law, fiscal discipline, and investment in human capital as key elements of good governance. Professor Akande, who was represented by Dr. Idowu Johnson, went further to identify strengthening institutions, promotion of rule of law, inclusive decision-making, effective fiscal management, and combating corruptions as strategies for enhancing good governance in a beleaguered economy. The guest lecturer also emphasized the need for effective monitoring and evaluation, as well as building public-private partnership, among others, as strategies of good governance. He is also of the belief that good governance is a collective responsibility of citizens, policymakers, and stakeholders in achieving good governance.
There is no way government can do it alone. Even all those advanced countries are copying. They have to rely on a private partnership so that they can develop the state or the country.
In a welcome address, the Vice President NUJ Zone B, Comrade Aderonke Samo, said good governance is fundamental to economic growth and it encourages responsiveness to the yearnings and aspirations of the people in a very trying period. The chairman of the occasion, who doubles as the chairman of veteran journalists in Osun State, Prince Adepoju Atobatele, commended the organizers of the program, describing journalists as the mouthpiece of the citizens. In a keynote address, the former chairman of NUJ in Osun State and director, News and Current Affairs OSBC Radio, Mr. Abiodun Olalere, said many Nigerians appear to have deep knowledge of challenges confronting the country, but unfortunately, good governance continued to remain a tall dream. He expressed regret that most Nigerian leaders wish to do well, and again, very few of them are unfortunately doing well. The public lecture attracted journalists, members of the public, including Osun State National Council of Women Society, Nafisat Oyedele, reporting for OSBC News.
The Permanent Secretary, Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Rashid Folarami, has stressed the importance of goodwill duties on the children with a charge to parents and guardians of pupils in OSBC Model School to prioritize such duties towards the education of their wards. Mr. Folarami stated this through the Director of Art Stations of the media outfit, Mrs. Jolade Barola, while speaking at the end of the year program organized by the management of the Model School. OSBC reporter Adeniyi Adebayo has the details.
Carnival laced with fanfare as the pupils of OSBC Model School were celebrated with series of activities to mark the end of the 2022-2023 academic session, dressed in colorful attires to exhibit their skills and cognitive abilities in areas such as nursery rhymes, playlets, cultural dance, ready for school, poems both in English and Yoruba languages.
The topic of my poem is joy and brightness. Joy and brightness in your heart. Do not advise your ways. Have a clear mind with how to improve. The best you can. Not special number 2.
Speaking on the occasion, the Permanent Secretary of Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Rashid Folarami, urged parents and guardians to keep on supporting their children's education in order to enable them realize their God-given potentials. The Permanent Secretary, who was represented by the Director of Art Station of OSBC, Mrs. Jolade Igbarola, appreciated the effort of the parents, just as she charged them to always watch over their children, especially during the long holidays.
I appreciated the parents for the role they are playing in the life of the children. They are the one taking care of the children. They are the one fending for their upkeep. So I've charged them to continue to do so. And to the children, I told them that as they are going on holiday, they should play, but they should not use the whole holiday period to play. They should be ready to learn as well, to read their books, so that by the time they come back, they will come back fresh.
Also speaking, the Director of Corporate Affairs of OSBC, Mr. Yemi Salam, lauded the Permanent Secretary for his commitment towards the development of the school, while urging the parents not to relent in investing and supporting the education of their children.
Whatever we can invest on our children, particularly their education, please let us do. They are our tomorrow. They are our future. There is no amount invested in the education that is wasted.
Appreciating parents and guardians for entrusting the educational upbringing of their wards on OSBC Model School, the headmistress of the school, Mrs. Adeola Adedokun, expressed delight at their presence on the occasion. Highlight of the colorful ceremony was presentation of gifts to the pupils. Adeniyi Adebayo, OSBC News.
That ends the state news on OSBC TV. Join us at 5 for the evening news. Good afternoon.